Hey there, I'm just going to show you a quick video on replacing the battery on the Mark of the Unicorn MIDI timepiece AV USB version. These are fairly simple and straightforward to replace. You want to get a static wristband if you have one, and you want to get a battery that is a 2032. This one's a 3-volt 2032 battery. Pretty quick and easy as far as getting this thing swapped out. So taking this thing apart, it's pretty straightforward. All you need is a screwdriver, a Phillips head, and if you look on the very end of this, you will see that it's just, I think it's just these two screws. So we'll take this one apart. And if I'm not mistaken, it's just, is it that simple? I'm not sure. There's nothing up top here. There's nothing along the bottom. There's just these two on each end. So let's see what happens when I try to take it apart. So do these need to come off? Ah. There are two more screws on the front of it. So on the very front of the unit, you can see these two screws. One next to the word MIDI timepiece, and one over here next to the word window. It's not the right size Phillips head. So I ended up using a large jeweler's screwdriver because it's a pretty fine Phillips head, this one. There it goes. This is me now finding the screw that fell down, crawling underneath the table. Okay, 4 screws. Let's see if that solved the problem. I believe it did, but I wonder if these have to come off. I believe it did, but these may have to come off here. So I don't have a proper wrench for this to get this off because I may have mentioned before, if you haven't seen any other video, I'm not a professional. So I'm going to try just a regular crescent wrench. See if I can get these off. And I think these are what kind of hold it, the rest of the lid on. Yeah, that looks about right. Usually you want to put these in a bin or some sort of a cup. Or if you're like me, you like the adventure of losing small screws and crawling around the ground finding them. Oh, this looks like a bad idea. But I'm going to go with it because I'm really full of bad ideas. Is there another? Oh, yeah. So that's not what's holding this in. There are 2 more screws. If I had just looked more closely, I'd have seen these other 2 screws. Somewhere we're still attached. Something is still holding on. I wonder if it is my little... I'm going to pop these off. That actually was what was holding it back to a degree. No, I'm wrong. There was a ribbon there. It would have come out. It would have come out just fine. It was a matter of just popping it up and angling it out. So this thing did not need to be disconnected. Anyway, battery. Here it is. Here's the MIDI timepiece opened up. There she is. She's open, and there's the battery. Usually a little jeweler's screwdriver will work. Let's see. I'm pushing this part back, and voila, she comes out. And that is the same battery. And now the new battery, and it goes as indicated. Positive up. It's a pretty nice little component here. Okay, so now the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on. Put this back on. Never needed to come off to begin with. But if I wanted to, I could pop this off, just so you know. This guy will just pop off, so you don't have to unscrew the actual ADAT connector like I did. Yeah, so it kind of sits very nicely in there. But what's hard to tell when you're the first time you're taking it apart is that there is this little lip here. See the lip? When you're trying to take it apart, you don't realize that that's there. I didn't realize it was there, so I was trying to pull the entire thing this way, but it was getting caught on that lip, and I couldn't figure out why. I think all 6 screws are the same size. God, I hope so. It would be dumb if they weren't. No, they're not. Looks like 2 are coarse, and the rest are fine. So the front two, yep, they seem to be fine. They fine threaded. And I'm going to guess these two on the sides of the coarse thread. Fine screw, fine screw, fine screw, fine screw, coarse, coarse. These two screws are from the side, from each side of the unit, and these 4 screws, 2 of these will go in front and 2 of these will go in back. You can see these are a finer thread than these 2 that go on the side. They're much more of a coarse thread, and they're actually a larger gauge for a screw. Now, I had a different unit, a different MIDI timepiece, where these were actually shorter. So if you get some of these that, if yours end up being shorter and more of the same height as these two, it's easier to get them confused. But do be aware that each of the side screws are coarse and the front and the back screws are going to be fine. So here are the screws from another MIDI timepiece AV. As you can see there, these are the shorter ones. I also wanted to recommend that you use 2 different Phillips head screwdriver sizes, because trying this size Phillips head in that little screw won't work, and vice versa. Trying this size Phillips head in that big screw will strip it. Now that I know how to take these apart, here's the second MIDI timepiece that I'm going to replace the battery on. And as I know now, this is the top side of it. This will lift off like that and then pull back, and it comes apart. And then you just disconnect this cable, and the whole lid will come completely off. Let the battery out. The new battery goes in. So you have discovered right along with me what to do and what not to do when replacing the battery on the MIDI timepiece AV. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful for a few of you that need to get in here and get the battery replaced. Best of luck to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.